expected to test yet another intercontinental ballistic missile as early as tonight, while another report warns that North Korea could have a nuclear-armed intercontinental ballistic missile within a year. All of this unfolding as Iran plans to launch a rocket into space sometime in the near future. Getting worse every day, isn't it? All right, joining me now, Heritage Foundation Senior Research Fellow and former CIA Deputy Division Chief for Korea, Bruce Klingner, and former intelligence advisor to General Petraeus, Michael Pregent. Welcome to you both. Bruce, I'll start with you. This is a great panel. I got to tell you, you guys have absolutely the right background to talk about this. How worried, Bruce, are you about North Korea? How important is this possible launch tonight?
Well, we should be very worried. North Korea has had this very long-standing program to be able to eventually threaten the United States and its allies with nuclear weapons. People continually are surprised by breakthroughs in North Korea, but we've seen this coming for years. So the test on July 4th, it was an ICBM. It could have gone at least 7,000 kilometers, perhaps longer, and that's likely not the full range of that missile. So whenever this test occurs, whether it's tonight or another time, we're wondering to see if they'll demonstrate an even longer range than they did on July 4th.
Michael, what can we do to stop it?
Well, it's tough to stop it now. We have to look at military options at this point. And think about this. This is 25 years of sanctions against North Korea, a bad nuclear deal with North Korea under the Clinton administration. And if you look at what we did with Iran, we don't want Iran to be North Korea 10 years from now. Sanctions didn't work with North Korea for 25 years. We have increased sanctions on Iran today because of their ballistic missile program, but sanctions alone can't do this. You actually have to think about military options at this point.
So you mentioned Iran. Let's move to Iran, Bruce. I see that the UN had some weak-need medicine for them, trying to get them to stand back, hold back, but it's not happening. Iran is launching its own missile tests. What do you make of this, and where is this going? Is there anything we can do here? We seem to be so ineffective with Iran.
Well, if I could go back to North Korea, I'd actually disagree on the sanctions. The U.S. has been pulling its punches for years. There's a number of things that we have not been doing. Last year was the first year that the U.S. had cumulatively sanctioned as many North Korean entities as we had those of Zimbabwe. So there's a lot of things that we have not been doing. When President Obama said North Korea is the most heavily sanctioned, the most cut-off nation on earth, he was flat out wrong. There's still a lot we can do, and hopefully the Trump administration will do more, but so far it has not distinguished its North Korean policy from that of his predecessors.
Michael, what do you say?
Well, I agree. Sanctions alone can't do this. And if you do have sanctions, you have to do more. There are tools, there are levers for soft power and hard power. Right now, we need to look at North Korea and look at what few options we have, and look at Iran. We have many more options, and we have more time, but we really need to focus on this now.
Need to focus on it right now, and I've got to tell you, I find it so concerning, so difficult for Americans to get their arms around this. Thanks to both of you for coming on tonight. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Okay, ISIS may be facing defeat in Syria and Iraq, but its trail of terror moves on, this time to a